ॐ गं गणपतये नमो नमः। यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानम् अधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम् परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे।
In every age, when darkness rises and dharma, the path of righteousness, trembles, a protector comes. Sometimes with a bow, sometimes with an axe, once with a sword and once with pure wisdom. This time he came as a charioteer, not holding weapons but holding the reins, not just of horses but the fate itself. Thousands of years ago, in the land of Bharat, a great conflict arose. Not between enemies, but within the members of the family. The cousins, the teachers, elders, brothers by blood stood on the opposite sides in the battlefield. Not because they were born enemies, but because ego, ambition, jealousy, and silence had broken their unity. This war, the Kurukshetra, was not just a fight for land or power. It was a war between justice and pride, between duty and desire, between truth and illusion. In the center of it all stood Sri Krishna, not as a king, not as a warrior, but as a friend, as a guide, a divine charioteer, who would lead not only horses but a troubled soul back to the truth. It was here, on this sacred battlefield, that Sri Krishna spoke the Bhagavad Gita, a timeless dialogue between a man and a god, between confusion and the clarity, between fear and eternal wisdom. The Gita is a part of the epic Mahabharata, the one among the greatest of 18 Puranas, also known as Panchama Veda, the fifth Veda, narrated by Vyasa Maharshi and written by Sri Ganesh himself. It is not just a book of battles, but a mirror of life itself. As the wise say, there is no challenge, no dilemma in life for which the Mahabharata doesn't hold an answer for. And in its heart lies the Bhagavad Gita, a brief yet eternal guide to the life itself. Tonight, we bring you glimpses from this vast ocean, moments of decisions made, the truths tested, and the faiths revealed. When we stand for Dharma, even the divine walks with us. Come on, let us return to that sacred time when the kings, the warriors, sought the aid of Lord, and the Lord himself chose to walk, not ahead, but alongside his devotee. Before the great war of Kurukshetra, both Duryodhan and Arjun sought the aid of Krishna. Destiny waited in silence to see whom Krishna would favor.
Parth, what brings you here?
Krishna, I come first, and we both come to ask your assistance in war. As your friend and equal, I claim your support in this treacherous battle.
Since you both came for the same reason, my assistance in war, I offer two choices. One side, my mighty Narayani Sena, invincible and unmatched in the battle. And the other side, myself, alone, unarmed, bound by vow not to fight. As I saw Arjun first, according to custom, I shall grant him the first choice.
Madhav, I came to seek you along with your Narayani Sena on my side. But now, when given this choice, I realize I do not desire the glitter arising from your power. I would choose you over your Narayani Sena. Your presence, your wisdom, your guidance means more to me than armies or victories. And I assure you, my lord, I shall never put you in a situation where you must touch a weapon in the war.
Foolish Arjun. I will have the mighty Narayani Sena by my side then.
So it be then.
Thus, Arjun chose Dharma, and so Krishna is by his side. Though the war was decided, still Paramatma, the merciful as ever, sought peace before war. As the eternal truth says, Ahimso paramo dharmaha, dharma hinsa tathaiva cha. While non-violence is of high virtue, violence done to protect dharma and the innocent is the noblest one. Krishna's first desire was always peace, but it must be rooted in righteousness. Krishna approached the Kuru Sabha one last time as a messenger of peace.
महारथी, महावीर, सुदर्शन चक्रधारी, मधुसूदन, शांति दूत, वासुदेव श्री कृष्ण पधार रहे हैं।
O Kurushresth, not just Duryodhana and his brothers, Pandavas, the sons of Maharaj Pandu, your brother, are also your sons. On the other hand, Yudhishthir is the rightful heir and has suffered enough because of your sons. The war will not beget anything except a hill of dead bodies of all your relatives. As a messenger of peace, I would suggest you return the Indraprastha, which is rightfully theirs, and keep Hastinapur for your son Duryodhana, or at least half the kingdom.
Maharaj, this is the moment. Speak now, or you repent.
But they lost it to Duryodhana. Krishna?
Oh, Gandharraj, you know the valor of each of the Pandavas. Yudhishthir, Bhim, my friend Arjun, Nakul and Sahadev. No one here can stand in front of them in a war. Still, to stop the war, I would suggest not half the kingdom, give the Pandavas at least 5 villages and choose peace over bloodshed.
Not a nil point of land shall I yield.
My child, please do not let ego overpower your consciousness. Recognize who stood in front of you.
Arrogance blinds you, Duryodhan. Your ignorance and ego would destroy not just you, but all your brothers too.
Seize him! Fools! Do you even realize who stands before you? Who in all the world dares to bind the Lord of this universe?
I gave enough chances for your survival. Guru Raj Dhritarashtra, it's time.
you see the demise of all your sons, and those who could not speak up for the insult of Draupadi, your daughter-in-law.
I tried again and again to open your eyes, to steer you towards righteousness. But you, Yuvaraj Duryodhan, remains blinded by pride. And you, Maharaj Dhritarashtra, if you still cannot speak the truth, if even now you cannot recognize who stands with Dharma and who stands with deceit and destruction, then hear to me clearly. This silence will cost us all, not just your sons, but we, your elders, your guardians. We too shall pay for our vows of loyalty to a throne that has turned its back on Dharma. The war you refused to prevent will now take everything, and may the heaven bear witness we brought it upon ourselves.
Time is the greatest witness, a silent observer. It remembers everything, and at the right moment, never early and never late, it settles every debt. No escape, no excuses. One must face the fruit of their karma. And so, after every word of warning rejected and every door of peace closed, the war began. The two vast armies now stood face to face, like two mighty oceans rising to devour the earth. The air trembled and the sky stood still. And there, between these two great forces of fate, stood Arjun, his chariot held steady by none other than Sri Krishna, the eternal charioteer.
I see my elders, my teachers, my kinmen. How I lift my bow against them. My limbs weaken, my mind reels. I shall not fight. O Parth, you grieve for those who need no grief. The wise neither mourn for the living nor the dead. The soul is eternal. It is neither born nor does it die. Body perish, but the Atma remains unchanged. Arise, O Parth.
Observe who I am.
कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्म फल हेतुर्भूः मा ते संगोस्त्वा कर्मणि.
Listen, O Arjun. This life is a duty-bound journey. Victory and defeat, gain and loss, pleasure and pain, treat them alike.
rise above attachment and perform your righteous duty. Hey Arjun, act with courage. Fight not for revenge, but for the preservation of Dharma.
O Madhav, my delusion is now dispelled. By your grace, my mind stands firm. I shall do as you command.
The Battle of Kurukshetra lasted for 18 long days. It took the lives of many mightiest warriors this world had ever seen. The earth, drenched in red, watched everything in silence. The pain, the courage, the cries, the prayers. Through all the hardships and tests, Pandavas crossed the face with not just might but with wisdom and the light of Sri Krishna on their side. Yes, Dharma won, derooting the evil and adharma. But there were many situations where Krishna himself stood saving Pandavas from cruel and deceptive actions of Duryodhana and his associates. Every time, Sri Krishna protected them quietly with love, like a friend, a guide and a god. He was their strength in the darkest hour. And in words of Bhishma Pitamaha,
Yatra Yogeshwar Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanurdhara, Tatra Shrir Vijayo, Bhutir Dhruvani Tirma Tirma.
O Madhava, you are the standing form of Dharma. Dharma alone trumps. May you protect it. O Parthasarthi, you saved the Pandavas countless times. From the burning house of Lak, when Draupadi was humiliated, you made her vastra and her glory endless. At Shishupala's insult, you restored justice. In exile, your grace fed and sheltered them. When I ought to kill Arjuna, you broke your own oath to side him. You helped Pandavas to attain divine weapons to be used in the war of Dharma. If Arjuna is body which follows Dharma, you are the soul and the light which guides it. So when you are with Arjuna, there is no word other than victory. O Narayana, your compassion is boundless.
Thus was the glimpse from the divine journey of Sri Krishna, the eternal charioteer.